This show is sponsored by MidasResources.com, your trusted source for precious metals since 1996. Call Midas today at 1-800-686-2237.
Good morning, greetings, friends. Welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast and wild and crazy world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben. Nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and sometimes deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your vitality and health and well-being and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 28 years of practicing pharmacy, I've seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like acne and eczema and psoriasis and rosacea and digestive ailments and autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called miraculous, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, simply standard operating procedure, because the human biological system is a healing system, a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis, and while some folks may call that renewing, a healing, and regenerating system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, we welcome your phone calls on The Bright Side at 877-300-7645, 877-300-7645. If you have questions about health challenges, health conditions, nutritional supplements, skincare ingredients, if you heard something on the radio or on TV or you read something in the newspaper that you have questions about, we can help clarify. 877-300-7645 is our number today on The Bright Side, our number every day on The Bright Side. If you have a success story, or if you just want to contribute to the conversation, likewise, 877-300-7645 is your number on The Bright Side. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products you hear us advertise in the program, you can call 866-735-2470. That's the Bright Side Ben phone team. 866-735-2470, 866-735-2470. You can also head over to my website, brightsideben.com, and take a look at our shopping cart. Or you can also check out my blog, pharmacistben.com. We have a Join the Team link you can click on, and you can get all the longevity products off pharmacistben.com, off brightsideben.com, or by calling the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. For you guys out in the Santa Cruz area, Santa Cruz, San Francisco, Monterey area, I'll be doing a talk next Wednesday, December 2nd in Monterey at the Embassy Suites Hotel, 1441 Canyon Del Rey. And then the next night in Santa Cruz, in Soquel, Inner Light Ministries at 5630 Soquel Drive, and that's next Wednesday, December 3rd. Call Kevin Hurley at 831-234-6482 if you want more information or you want to RSVP, 831-234-6482. We're going to talk about the simplicity and the ease of reversing degenerative disease, the simplicity and ease of living to 120 years old, the simplicity and ease of increasing your quality of life no matter what your health challenge may be, the simplicity and ease of reversing degenerative disease, which is what we talk about every day here on The Bright Side. All right, we're going to take your calls in our second segment at 877-300-7645. Got a special guest coming up at the bottom of the hour, Dave Brisky from the Longevity Corporate Office. Dave Brisky, CFO, is going to share with us some information, some good stuff about what's going on with longevity in terms of CFO perspective, Chief Financial Officer perspective. That'll be coming up at the bottom of the hour. So we'll get to your calls here in our second segment at 877-300-7645. I want to continue on a little bit with our gas hormones, the hormones, the communication elements in the body, how cells communicate with each other. You got 100 trillion cells, and that's kind of an incomprehensible idea, just that alone. The whole body is really incomprehensible how the whole thing works in terms of its microscopic nature, its tiny cellular nature. But as far as hormones go, that really is kind of a crazy idea how cells literally will communicate or talk to each other using chemicals. We talked about endocrine hormones, insulin and thyroid hormone and cortisol, and there's lots of different hormones. Yesterday at the end of the program, we had a question about the prostate gland. The prostate also makes hormones. When you think of a gland, think hormones. But there's also these gas hormones, these vapor hormones that are misted out of cells, and they spread over wide patches of tissue to cause things to open and close and clot and unclot and fire and not fire. Yesterday we talked about carbon monoxide as an interesting gas hormone that's involved with wound healing and trauma and liver injury. Yesterday we said that melatonin has a supportive role for carbon monoxide functioning, how carbon monoxide functions as a hormone. Same with vitamin C, same with vitamin E. Another important nutrient that can support carbon monoxide activity and carbon monoxide production is the amino acid taurine. I love this stuff. Taurine, we've talked about it in the past. It's important for brain health and heart health. It's an electrically stabilizing amino acid. For anyone dealing with seizure disorders or bipolar disorder, anxiety, or any hyper-excitability state, insomnia, ADD, anyone dealing with any kind of jittery chemistry disorder, taurine is important for stabilizing that kind of energy. It's important for sugar metabolism, for hypo or hyperglycemia, elevated blood sugar or low blood sugar, and it also is involved in helping the liver make bile. And it supports carbon monoxide production. Taurine contributes an element of sulfur, which has a protective effect, and this is what gives taurine its ability to dampen or soften electrical energy, to stabilize disorganized, chaotic electrical energy. And this is why you'll find it in energy drinks like Red Bull. Red Bull actually gets its name from its taurine content. Taur, T-A-U-R, is the Greek term for bull. And taurine was originally, the original place where taurine was found was ox bile, T-A-U-R, meaning bull, and thus the name Red Bull because of its taurine content. Taurine's pretty difficult to get from foods. If you want to get some taurine in your system, you're going to have to eat a lot of meat or seafood. Flesh foods in general and seafood contain taurine. Dairy, eggs, high-protein foods pretty much are your main sources of taurine. If you're a vegan, you're going to be in trouble. We seem to say this a lot. If you're a vegan, you're going to be in trouble. Sorry to say, vegans. I'm all for being kind to animals, but unfortunately, as human beings, we're meant to eat animals, at least in terms of nutrition. It's hard to get all the nutrients you need unless you eat flesh, unless you eat animals. And that's just chemistry, guys. I'm not making a political statement here. So if you're a vegan and you want to make sure you're getting enough taurine, you're going to have to supplement. In fact, everybody should, if you're interested in getting taurine, don't count on getting it from food. In fact, don't count on getting your nutrients from food in general. This idea that you can get everything you need from food is just nonsense. It's biochemically ignorant to think that you can meet your optimum nutritional needs by simply eating food. Supplementation is a must in the year 2014 going into the year 2015 in the United States of America, or any other country for that matter, because of processing and soil depletion. You know the story. We've talked about it many, many times in this program, and Dr. Wallach's been talking about it for decades. You can't get everything you need for optimum health from food. You got to supplement. If you're a vegan, it's that much more important. Or a vegetarian, it's that much more important to supplement. When it comes to taurine, the name itself tells you it's an animal vitamin or an animal nutrient. It's an amino acid that comes from animals. You'll get some in beans probably and some other high-protein veggies, but for the most part, you're going to need to eat animal products to get taurine, or you're going to need to supplement. And if you have any kind of jittery, anxiety, insomnia, seizure disorders, if you have problems with making bile, gallbladder problems, or if you're interested in upregulating carbon monoxide, 100 to 200 milligrams of taurine supplementally would probably be a good idea. All right, there's another important gas hormone, vapor hormone, mist hormone, that's super fascinating. It's rotten egg hormone. It smells like rotten eggs. More specifically, it's the stuff that makes rotten eggs have their characteristic stink, and this hormone is called hydrogen sulfide. It's basically a type of sulfur gas. Sulfur is stinky. Sulfur has a sort of stinky quality, and sulfur has always historically been associated with burning. Dante, of Dante's Inferno fame, was thinking about sulfur when he described the environment of hell in his book, Dante's Inferno. The Inferno was hell, and Dante was thinking about brimstone. That's the ancient name for sulfur. Brimstone comes from the Old English term for burning, burnstone or brimstone. Sulfur can burn hot, and sulfur can smell bad. We spent a lot of time a couple of months ago talking about the importance of sulfur. If you're interested, you can go to the archive page, Ben Fuchs Archives, or brightsideben.com, and search sulfur. I'm not going to get into it too much now, but I do want to talk a little bit about hydrogen sulfide and its importance as a gas hormone. But we'll take your phone calls here in our next segment at 877-300-7645 and save that for our next Brightside episode. We'll be back right after this. Don't go away. There's a guy named Dr. Wallach who is anything but your typical doctor. Both a veterinarian and a naturopathic physician, Doc asks, why is this country spending more money on healthcare by far and ranking 50th in health and longevity worldwide? Doc believes that people should empower themselves with a basic understanding of nutrition, taking charge of their life, and attaining optimal health and longevity through nutrition, not by toxic pharmaceutical drugs that lead to side effects that require more expensive and toxic pharmaceutical drugs. Talk about being dependent on drug companies to our own destruction, no less. This is clearly a deadly recipe. Doc Wallach's message is resonating with an increasing number of Americans who are waking up to all the government and big pharma manipulation of our health and healthcare system. I like what Doc Wallach is saying and doing to enlighten people about healthcare, and I've joined forces with him to help this tireless crusader spread his message. Visit brightsideben.com and listen to Doc Wallach's deadly recipe lectures. It makes a lot of sense, and I invite you to join our Brightside Ben team. Go to brightsideben.com. That's www.brightsideben.com.
Mike Stenerson for Midas Resources. At no time in history have precious metals been more important, certainly not in my 22 years in the industry. The dollar has lost over 90% of its value in the last 60 years. No fiat currency has ever survived the government printing presses. Ours is not immune. The time is now to be proactive. 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Anything tied to the dollar is at risk. CDs, annuities, 401ks, IRAs, stocks, bonds, you name it, so decide. Do you want to leave a legacy of wealth or debt for your family? The choice is yours. Call me at 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. That's 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Be proactive, not reactive. Call 1-800-686-2237, extension 116.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document? Worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average over 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE, 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 3 square meals you'll need in an emergency. So the Freeze Dry Guys 3 square meal unit sale is just the ticket. A variety pack of tasty, nourishing breakfast, lunch, and dinner on sale now. Breakfast is Freeze Dry Guys' favorite. Hot oatmeal and sweet dehydrated bananas. Lunch is Mountain House freeze-dried hot macaroni and cheese and crisp green beans. And dinner is Mountain House long grain wild rice pilaf and hearty beef stew, vegetables, and gravy. Call Freeze Dry Guy and ask for details on the 126 serving 3 square meals unit. One case normally $164.37. Sale price at only $138.90. Save over $25. Get 2 or 3 cases and save even more. Or ask about Freeze Dry Guys Fall Chili Special. Always free shipping to lower 48 states. Call 866-404-3663 or click freezedryguy.com. And hurry, the Fall Chili Special and 3 square meals unit are on sale while supplies last. From the Freeze Dry Guy, the finest freeze-dried and dehydrated foods available for long-term storage, period.
We are the premier independent talk radio network, the Genesis Communications Network, GCN.
Okay, we are back on the bright side. I am Pharmacist Ben. Greetings. Thank you so much for joining us. On the bright side, we're on the air Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central Time, and 24/7 on our archive page at brightsideben.com. You can also get all the longevity products that you hear us advertise on the program at brightsideben.com as well. Our number today, 877-300-7645. We'll get your calls here in this segment. At the bottom of the hour, we're going to talk to Dave Brisky from the Longevity Corporate Office, and he's got some interesting things to say as the third quarter ended. If you're doing the longevity business or thinking about doing